Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the KT Adventures. Now Universal Studios Orlando is one of my favourite parks in the whole world. It has some of my favourite rides and attractions there, such as Men in Black Alien Attack, Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit, Escape from Gringotts, and my personal favourite Revenge of the Mummy. There are a few exceptions, but overall, the rides and attractions at Universal Studios are some of the best in the world. And not only that, the whole atmosphere of the park makes this one stand out from the others. With great theming, great scenery, and of course that incredible soundtrack, Universal Studios Orlando is sure to give you an unforgettable theme park experience. But what makes this park so special is that there are a few hidden facts that you may not know about, whether you've visited once or 1,000 times. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you some lesser known facts about Universal Studios Orlando so you know before your next visit. But before we get started, if you do enjoy watching this video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you are new to the channel and you're feeling extra cheeky, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single thing, because we make plenty of theme park related videos here at the KD Adventures, which you don't want to miss. So to start with, at number 10 we have one of the coolest facts, and that is that Universal Studios Orlando is still a working and operating film and television studio. So there are a few studios parks around the world that were designed to be operating film studios as well as theme parks. Take Disney's Hollywood Studios for example. But over time, the production facilities have been removed to make way for bigger and immersive attractions using the park's sound stages. Now you'll find that films and TV shows are no longer recorded at these studios parks, but that isn't the case for Universal Studios. Now don't get me wrong, some of the movies recorded there are a little bit questionable, such as Sharknado 3, but there have been some notable TV shows filmed there, such as Family Feud and The Tonight Show. And talking of films, that brings us on to number 9, and that is that Shrek 4D is the first attraction ever to feature the original cast and creative team based on an animated film. So we all know that Shrek 4D isn't the best attraction in the world. In fact, it's probably due for a refurb or to be completely changed altogether. But whether you like the attraction or not, it's still pretty cool that this was the first animated film-based attraction to feature the original cast and creative team. Another bonus fact about Shrek 4D is that you can experience this attraction without even visiting Universal Studios Orlando. The whole attraction was released on DVD, and in 2011 it was even released on Netflix under the title The Ghost of Lord Farquaad. There's even been a comic book adaptation of the attraction. So even if you can't visit Universal Studios Orlando, you can still experience Shrek 4D in your own home, as long as you've got a pair of 3D glasses to hand. Carrying on from attractions, at number 8 we have a fact about the much loved E.T. Adventure Ride. Universal Orlando opened in 1990, which means the park is now over 30 years old. Some much loved rides and attractions have come and gone to make way for new and improved attractions, well on some occasions anyway, but there is one attraction that has stood the test of time, and that is the E.T. Adventure. As you may know, Steven Spielberg directed E.T. along with many other Universal films. Spielberg is a partner of Universal Studios Orlando, and as all of his other attractions have now disappeared, such as the Back to the Future ride and Jaws the ride. Being the last original, the E.T. Adventure is an attraction that just cannot be removed. If it was to be removed or rethemed, not only would this not go down with the park guests at all, it would probably be replaced with yet another 4D screen-based ride, which I can assure you nobody wants. E.T. is the only original attraction left at the park, and that should never change. So now that we've covered a few facts about Universal Studios, let's head over to one of the most popular, if not the most popular area in the whole park, and that is the Wizarding World. Over in Islands of Adventure, you have Hogsmeade, which features the Hogwarts Castle. But at Universal Studios, you have Diagon Alley. Number 7's not very well known fact is that wherever you are in Diagon Alley, you are cut off from the rest of the world. And that means you cannot see the rest of the park or anything non-wizardry related when you enter Diagon Alley. This is done by using the very tall buildings that are featured in the films. So if you're visiting Universal Studios and you need an escape from the real world, then the Wizarding World is a perfect option. And talking of the Wizarding World, at number 6 there's a fact that you may not know about, and that is that you can actually send letters and post from the Wizarding World itself. That's right, you can send Owl Post from both Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade. At the Owl Post spots, you can buy postcards, stamps, notebooks, journals, and more items which you can post. And of course, when you post your letters, you get an official Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley postmark. Although there's plenty of options at the park, you can even bring items from home and send them via Owl Post, so you can get that postmark, which makes a great souvenir. Bought something a bit bigger than a letter and you want to send it to a friend? Well, not only can you send letters, but you can also send custom gift wrap parcels. Of course, this is a little bit more expensive, but it's definitely a great option if you want to send some merchandise to your Harry Potter loving friend. The deluxe level wrapping includes wrapping and a wax seal, which is a really cool idea. And one of our final Wizarding World facts is something that you'll find very interesting if you're a fan of the Harry Potter series. You can actually call the Ministry of Magic at Universal Studios. If you visited the park, you'll have noticed a phone booth outside Diagon Alley, and if you go inside the phone booth and call 62442, you can get the Ministry on the line. If you forget the code, don't worry because it is printed inside, but another way to remember the code is to spell out the word magic. If you already knew about this and you've already called the Ministry of Magic from the phone booth, then try it again, as you may not get the same response. At number 4, we have something a little bit Wizarding World related, but it's mainly about what was there before Diagon Alley took over. An absolute fan favourite was removed in 2012, and that was Jaws the ride. Universal Studios fans were devastated when the ride closed. It was a fantastic attraction, and it is a shame it had to go. Now don't get me wrong, I love the Wizarding World, but I really miss the Jaws ride, as it is a ride that I grew up with. The ride was that loved that Diagon Alley pays tribute to it in more ways than one. Let's go through them all. So first of all, inside the queue for Escape from Gringotts, in Bill Weasley's office, there's a wood crate under the stairs. Now guess where that crate's from? That's right, the Jaws ride. Inside the record store, there's a few different records that pay tribute. One being "Here's to Swimming with a Bow-Legged Woman," which is a quote from the movie. Another place where you can find a tribute to the Jaws ride is inside the window display of one of the stores, where you can find a shark jawbone. One lesser obvious tribute is inside Wiseacres, where there's some telescopes that are made from brass parts from the Jaws ride. And inside the blacksmith shop, there are various props in the ride, including chains and a rope ladder. And finally, inside Nocturne Alley, the Shrunken Heads sing many songs, one of them being "Show Me the Way to Go Home," which is a song featured in the film. So as you can tell, the Jaws ride may have gone, but the legacy will live on forever. So now at number 3, we're heading out of the Wizarding World, and we're heading over to an area which is just as, if not more wacky. And that wacky area is Seuss Landing over at Islands of Adventure. If you don't know about Seuss Landing, it's an area themed to the stories of well-known children's author Dr. Seuss. If you know of Dr. Seuss, who created The Cat in the Hat and The Grinch, you'll know that the overall theme is a bit weird and crazy. Well, Seuss Landing is exactly that. And the interesting fact that you may not know about is that there are no straight lines, apart from a few stores, shelves and windows, in Seuss Landing. Next time you're there, check it out and try and hunt one down. Seuss Landing is a great area. Although there are no attractions there that are really to my taste, it's a fantastic area to take your kids. And talking about rides and attractions that are suited for the younger generation, for number 2's fact, we're heading back over to Universal Studios because we're going to be talking a little bit about Minion Mayhem. Now, I'm not a fan of the Minions myself, I've never seen the appeal, but I'm not a child, so that's probably why. But I know there are a lot of people that love the Minions, and if you're one of those people, then you'll be interested to hear that there are real banana trees outside of Minion Mayhem. It's not an extremely exciting fact, but it really goes to show just how much detail and thought Universal Studios put into their parks. So next time you're there and you have a ride on Minion Mayhem, go check it out. And finally at number 1, we have something very cool to try out if you visit Universal Studios on a quiet day. Now recently things have been operating a bit differently, so I can't confirm that this is still an option. But if you're at Universal Studios Orlando and it's fairly quiet, you may get the opportunity to go on a special access tour. This includes a tour of the Hard Rock Cafe and also a tour of Hogwarts Castle, which I personally would love to do. Another interesting tour that they offer on quiet days is of the immigration room at Men in Black. Although tours may not be your thing and you may just want to get on those rides, if you're interested in what goes on behind the scenes, then this is a very cool idea. So there we have it, those are 10 lesser known facts about Universal Studios Orlando which you may or may not have known about. Now although we've discussed mainly Universal Studios in this video, there are a lot of other facts about Islands of Adventure which I'll cover in a future video. Are there any facts that I missed out in this video? Let me know down in the comments below. In previous videos I've covered some interesting facts about the Disney parks, so if you want to go check those out I'll leave links down in the description below. But that's it for this video, I really hope you enjoyed it, so thank you all for watching and I will see you in the next one.